Okay, so now when we're determining value, you got to understand there is a difference. Now, with an REO property, a bank has had an appraisal and a BPO prior to putting it on the market. Okay, so this is not some wild number that the REO company is coming up with and saying that's what they want. They're not an emotional home seller. An REO company always has a BPO done first. They always have or they almost always have an appraisal. So whenever you see a bank REO coming up with some price, it's generally, not always, but generally in the neighborhood of where it needs to be. Short sales, they're just trying to get an offer so they can stop a foreclosure. Okay, so in this case, they may price their property a little bit more aggressively, but they do not know what the bank will take because the bank has not done anything. The person who's coming up with this number is almost always the agent first. Until they get an offer and a BPO, then they'll get the actual number. But in the meantime, that's usually the way the short sale agent thinks this thing through, is I need to get it under contract just so I have something to deal with. An equity seller is going to be swinging for the fences. I mean, if they're not particularly motivated, you know that they're going to be asking a higher price. So that's how you read your values, okay? When you're looking at your comps, you know, Sean always tells you to pull the lowest 3 comps to give you the wholesale value. That'll give you a wholesale value. But when you're buying stuff on MLS, you need to understand how the prices are coming up with in the first place. REO almost always have a appraisal. Short sale, just sort of a wag, wild ass guess. And equity, swinging for the fences. So for the short sale guy, remember that he's not making any money on this whatsoever. So this number, if it's a guess as to what the bank will take and they're just trying to get a number, well then what's the difference with your guess? Okay? So let's just pretend. Let's pretend that this is a similar subdivision, okay? And this goes for any real pricing issue when you're thinking about pricing a property. If you can get something like Stephen Chatto has one, at a short sale price, the homeowner's bringing in the money themselves, then that's a possibility. You could sell it to the agents on MLS as a short sale without having to go through the short sale. But in this case, we're talking about short sales. So in this case, it doesn't really matter what you offer, okay? On the bank, let's say that you're offering $60K to the bank. The bank's got this appraisal that they've dealt with, okay, and a BPO, broker price opinion. That's what that is, okay? And that's how they know what that's worth. Here, the agent's just guessing. And here, you're dealing with the greed, okay? So here, since it doesn't matter how much they make anyway, and the faster they get an offer, and the faster they get it through, well then what's to say you can't make your offer for $40,000? I mean, really, when you think about it, you could make this number any number. You just got to make this number good enough so you can sell it to the agent. Because remember, if you're going to be making your offer, okay, to another agent, okay, the agent's going to have their own misgivings about this, okay? And his job is to protect the seller. You will never, ever, ever, never, ever, never, ever talk to the homeowner until you get through the agent. How you get through the agent is with your offer and make your offer, okay, appealing. So the first thing you want to do is a standard, $500,000, $1,000 earnest money, whatever it is that's common for your marketplace. Okay, this $1 bull stuff, the $10 stuff, no. Okay, right from the bat, that says you're a joke. You're not going to get your offer through. Okay, second thing you want to do is use a state contract. Okay, use a state contract because that's what the bank will accept. That's what the bank will look at. The thing about the $500 to $1,000 on a short sale, you never have to submit your money until you actually go ahead and get the short sale approval letter a few months from now. So it doesn't really matter what you write down. You don't have to come up with it right now anyway, okay? The state contract plus what's called the short sale addendum, okay? Now, every state has their own, and I'll show you one here in just a second. But the short sale addendum is what's going to help sell this concept to that agent. Once you sell it to that agent, it's very easy to sell it to the homeowner because they trust implicitly what this guy says. Now, I've heard other people say that if you don't have the homeowner on board, whatever. Listen, you can have the homeowner on board all you want, but if you don't get this guy on board, you're sunk, okay? Because any agreement that you agree to with this guy, he's going to talk to his agent. And if his agent doesn't know or isn't on board, he's going to torpedo you every single time, okay? So the first sale that has to be made is to this agent. Now, I will show you exactly what to say, exactly what to do in the next video.